SMT Nation, what is going on? It's your boy, the SMT. We're going to be talking about the merger between AT&T and Discovery and how this is going to be it's going to be a pretty big deal. This stretches across multiple business segments. It's a telecom deal. It's a media content deal. It's a distribution deal. It's massive. It's going to stretch across all types of industries. So essentially what we have is a complete change in the landscape, whether it's wireless content. All of them are going to be shaken by this. AT&T gets a focused, very laser-pointed direction of what they want to do. In my view, this makes them a supreme force in wireless telecom on a couple of different things. Let me give you guys the actual factuals on everything, and then we'll do an analysis at the end. So essentially what we have is a complete debt reduction and tax relief of the AT&T company. This allows them to focus and become a force in wireless and fiber, which is their core business operations. Obviously, this is a profitable transaction. What AT&T gets to do here now with their media is create a mega company, a conglomerate with the Discovery assets. It's essentially a 71% AT&T, 29% Discovery model. This is now a combined company with a net worth of $150 billion. Now, from the wireless side, what does this do? This allows a CapEx to be focused on wireless and fiber, and this focus of the new AT&T company is going to show improvement pretty much instantaneously. Upon the completion of the deal, there was a new guidance that was set forth by AT&T's CEO, John Stankey, and the company. The CapEx is now going to be booted over $24 billion in guidance. This is a wireless dedication of almost $22 billion. I think it was in at $21 billion. So that is an impressive number that paces them ahead of all carriers. The last we checked, I think T-Mobile was approaching a $12 or $13 billion guidance. Verizon has an estimated dedication of $15 billion for wireless. Throw in the Fios wireline, it pushes it closer to 18 or 18.5 billion. But of course, we do see a dedication of $10 billion for C-band alone for Verizon, which is an incredible amount, and this paces them to have it completed within 2 years of spending. The C-band pops, the ambitions of the C-band essentially increases in pace twofold. So we viewed the old guidance and pace of C-band for AT&T as kind of limited and slower. This obviously picks up that pace. So now we've got a guidance of 200 million pops for AT&T for their 2-year goal. That would exceed Verizon's pace of 175 million pops in that same time frame. So AT&T essentially goes from 100 million pops in that time to now at the end of 2023 being 200 million pops. Don't forget about FirstNet, a total dedicated coverage reimbursement. They've got the one-touch strategy with Band 14, Band 30, climbing up the towers, getting these LTE upgrades and modernizations done, adding all those carriers, adding the antennas, upgrading the basebands, the fiber optic backhaul upgrades. It's a complete approach to network modernization. Now they're going to become a C-band monster, and we applauded them for their LTE upgrades. So the previously planned $6 to $8 billion CapEx investment for C-band, I think this probably paces them to go beyond, or at least match the input spending of Verizon, which was at about $10 billion. So expect AT&T to do the same or exceed Verizon. I think financially, from the investor standpoint, this is what was wanted and this is what was needed. The debt solution obviously is there. The financial breathing room is there. We see the progression of the investment. It really is a fix for investors. I think shareholder value improves in this, as stated by John Stankey and the investor relations group. This puts them in a better investment position than Verizon. I think money's going to be coming into AT&T at a much higher pace. There's going to be more confidence in the investors. 100% a move to the investment in the core business with fiber and 5G. I think from the fiber standpoint, they want to extend to 30 million customers by the end of 2025. This would essentially double their footprint and availability of the service. Now, from the 5G standpoint, Verizon and T-Mobile, they're obviously going to, have some serious competition here. Previously, Verizon, I think, was going to chew up AT&T and spit them out in C-band. Now, that's definitely not the case. T-Mobile way ahead, in 5G build out. Now we have a legitimate competitor. No longer a situation where AT&T was just going to be good enough. Now they'll be a leader. I think from the media side, it's a new company. It's a massive company, a leader in content space. They're not just another competitor. Now they'll be ahead, and they'll be one of the leaders. Now, from the C-band standpoint, we like to look at the wireless angle. C-band, millimeter wave, they're going to be receiving huge boosted guidance and investment. The FirstNet situation will continue. Fiber and wireless gets their focus, their dedication. All of the telecoms need to watch out for AT&T. So this is a new AT&T. This AT&T has a competitive spirit. This AT&T appears to be intelligent, very swift as an executive team for such a large company. I'm actually impressed. I think John Stankey has earned a lot of people's respect since coming on as the new CEO. And the investor base gets to put their money where they want it to be, keeps it designated as such. Strong investor and business return of investment. I see the free cash flow continuing to increase. I'm no financial investor. I just see the flexibility they now have. And I think when you look at the debt reduction, they've got a goal, an estimate to be $43 billion in net reduction in debt. They're going to be repurchasing shares. There's going to be dividend confidence. You might see a reduction in the dividend percentage, but it's still going to be there, and the company value should only increase in terms of the stocks. C-band was already on an accelerated pace. When we think about the overall wireless pace with Verizon, generally speaking, this I think puts it on blast. I think it puts it on a rocket ship to the moon. T-Mobile should be concerned. I think Verizon obviously is going to have to really kick up their game. They might have to build out faster, right, if they're going to be competing with AT&T now. There's going to be a growth in subscribers. AT&T is willing to compete. There's going to be growth in revenue. They're set for profitability. It's basically, I think they're going to put T-Mobile back in their place. Whatever lead, T-Mobile's trying to portray them getting ahead, it's going to be really hard for them to really maintain any type of 5G lead with AT&T now, right? At first, I thought maybe AT&T was responding to the market. Now it looks like they might be able to pace the market. So whether it's Verizon or T-Mobile, AT&T is going to be right there, and they may pass Verizon in 5G build. And based on spending, I think both Verizon and AT&T are going to pass T-Mobile on 5G build probably within a couple of years. The spending is just astronomically different. We're going to see Verizon spending, $18.5 billion in traditional CapEx, and then they're going to dedicate $10 billion to C-band. We're going to see AT&T doing essentially the same, except their total CapEx is actually going to be higher. And whatever lead T-Mobile is trying to conjure up, in the public view and perspectives, and try to get perceptions to change, it's just not going to happen. And it's perfectly fine. We obviously want the competition. We want to see the wireless competition pick up. I mean, it's been fierce. This just kicks it up another notch. And let's not be foolish here. That cable operators are also going to be terrified by this because they're going to penetrate fiber. So Comcast of the world, the Charters, the Spectrum, these, Cox Communications, they're terrified. AT&T is going to be building out fiber. It's profitable. It's the backbone of their wireless operations. The media is out of sight, out of mind now, right? AT&T doesn't have to worry about it anymore. They have a standalone new Warner Media company. They just have to focus on their core business, wireless and fiber. It's a winner. Everybody's going to win in this deal. The only people who are unhappy is going to be the competitors of AT&T. But wireless customers rejoice. Fiber customers rejoice. Home internet customers rejoice. AT&T is going to make things really interesting. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Go ahead and voice your opinion. Give me your perspective. What do you think of this deal? How do you think things end up? I'm surprised that it happened so swiftly. The deal must have been in the works for a while. I guess it stems back to 2019. But again, exciting times. This was a complete synthesis of the transaction. There's some other key elements that I'm sure will pop up soon. Regulations and some other stuff. But hey, it's all a technicality. Sound off. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video, give it a like and a share to all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you in advance for that. Also, check out some of the links in the description box. We have the SMT Patreon page We also have the Twitter handle at Sneed Tech, and do check out the audio-only podcast available on all the major podcast platforms. And if you are new, have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.